Hey, what is up folks? Zerofats here, coming at you on behalf of adventuresontheriver.com. Guys, I wanted to run you through just the whole process of getting your board games ready to ship out to FBA. You know, I don't know what all you guys are interested in shipping to FBA. One of my little niches that I like to mess with is board games. It's cool because you can find them really easy and really cheap, and usually you can make a little bit of a profit off of them. But the only problem is with board games is there's a tiny bit of work involved, and I would say it's a labor of love for me, because if I didn't like board games, then I don't know if it would necessarily be worth it. So anyways, I want to guide you through the process with the board games, at least my process and how I do it. First, I want to show you the tools I use to get it done. Obviously, you need your crazy board game. You want board games that are worth at least make them worth 12 or 13 bucks. If you can't put them up there for 12 or 13 bucks, it's just not worth it. Ideally, you want stuff that's over 20, 25, 30, 35 dollars. That's the idea, especially if you're doing FBA. But if you can't make at least 12 or 13 bucks, dude, it's just not worth it. But anyway, you need your board game, right? Step one, these are used board games I'm talking about, you guys. I'm not talking about new board games that are shrink wrapped. I'm talking about used board games. So you got your used board game. Ideally, you want it in good condition. I use an impulse sealer. This is an impulse sealer. It seals plastic. I got another video where I talk about these. Awesome. One of my favorite tools. Impulse sealer. Okay. Some tape, some scissors, a little bit of Windex. Clean off the box if you need to. Blue is not really preferable. I didn't have any clear on me, so I got the blue right now, but if you can, try to get the clear. Need a little heat gun. These are cheap. You can get them cheap. And you need some shrink wrap. Okay? This is heat shrink wrap. Okay, that's about it for the tools that I'm using. I'll catch up with you guys for Step one. This was just kind of an introductory, what we need, what we're going to do. I'll catch up with you guys in step one. Peace. Okay guys, step one, and this step is critical. You gotta make sure everything is in here, alright? I don't mess with used board games that don't have all the pieces, okay? And if you can, I wouldn't even worry about how it looks. I'd make sure everything's in here when you're at the garage sale, or you're at the thrift store, or wherever you find your board game. I'd make sure everything's in here before you haul it home. Also, another cool thing is to make sure this is nice looking. But first step, make sure everything's in here. We'll open this thing up. Now if you notice, this is an old school version of Monopoly. Monopoly is one of those funny games that's in the public domain. So you'll see a lot of different variations of Monopoly out there, because anyone pretty much has the right to make this game. Some of the more obscure versions of it, like this one, NFLopoly, they're worth pretty good money. I don't know what this one's worth. I forget, it's like $30 or $40 I think it's worth. It's not worth as much because it's not new, but listen, when I'm done with this thing, it's going to look really nice, and it's going to be presented in a really well way to the customer, and we'll get into the description at the end of this video. But this one's going to go out the door looking really good. So first step, make sure all the pieces are here, okay? It's easy. Usually, there's always a little thing in here, kind of just telling you what all's supposed to be in here. Very simple. Now I happen to know, because I've already been through NFLopoly here a couple times, that all the pieces are in this game, okay? All the pieces are already in this game, so I know that I'm good to go on that. But your first step is just to make sure you got everything. Alright, I'll see you guys in step two. Hey guys, alright, welcome to step two. Now step two, when you're dealing with the board game, step two is to clean everything. Now look man, you don't have to go crazy, especially if you got like 20 or 30 board games to deal with. You just need to make sure nothing is gross looking. Like, prime example, these little dice. Sometimes they'll be all dirty and nasty looking. It doesn't take anything to take a little bit of Windex, okay, and to wipe down the dice and just kind of clean them up a little bit. Very simple. So step two is to make sure all these pieces, make sure none of them are gross. Alright, that's step 2. Alright, the box. Make sure the box is decent looking. If you're going to use Windex on the box, okay, put the Windex on the towel. Don't put it on the box directly. Put it on the towel and just kind of wipe it down a little bit. Very easy. Nothing major, man. Don't drench this box, alright, you guys? You just want to wipe it down. Make sure there's no gritty grime on it. You know what I mean? Someone's going to like this game, you guys. This is old school NFL, man. I see some teams on here that aren't even in the league anymore. Look there. There's the Houston Oilers. They're not even in the league anymore, man. Someone's going to love this game. But anyways, that's step 2, you guys. That's step 2, right? Clean the game. Make sure it's in good looking condition. Listen, the game's not new. We're not going to advertise it as new. But we're making sure our presentation is good. So when the buyer gets that game in the mail, they're going to leave you positive feedback. This is part of the way you control and manage your feedback, especially when you're dealing with FBA, because you can't send thank you cards in your packages. You can't do some things. You don't have direct customer service like you do when you're merchant fulfilled. You know, customers will send you questions when you're merchant fulfilled. With FBA, Amazon answers all the questions by the customer. So doing little things like this just kind of helps you to secure and manage your feedback, okay? So anyways, you're basically giving the customer a good experience. Make sure it's clean, all right? Make sure it's not dirty. You don't have to be crazy with it, especially if you got a bunch of them to do, but you just want to kind of make sure nothing's gross. So anyways, step 2, make sure it's clean. Make sure it doesn't smell bad, you know? If it smells bad, you could probably take like a couple of dryer sheets, put them inside the game overnight. In the morning, they'll probably smell good. You know, if games have that weird mildew, moldy smell, I don't know if I'd mess with them, you guys. Honestly, I don't mess with stuff that smells really bad. You know, it's not too hard to get the cigarette smell out or whatever. If you got something that smells kind of weird, usually you can let it sit overnight with a couple of dryer sheets in it and take care of it really easy. Anyway, step 2, make sure it's clean. So let's move on to step 3. Hey guys, when you're wiping stuff down, make sure you do the board. And yes, this is just a cheap excuse for me to show you this awesome board. Look at this NFLopoly board, man, with all these players, man. Barry Sanders, Steve Young. This is awesome, dude. This is just amazing. Alright, anyways, whatever. Wipe down the board, you guys. Don't forget to wipe down the board when you guys wiping stuff off. Man, the board is a prime target for grossness, so make sure the board's wiped down. Alright, let's move on, guys. Hey guys, what's up? We are into step 3 here, where we're going to seal accessories. Man, this is a nice touch. If you got an impulse sealer, this is a great way to add a little bit of a nice presentation to your used board games. Now if you look down here, this NFLopoly, it came with a little Ziploc bag with these chips in it. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that. That way the person who's playing this game, they can open it, put them back in there and seal it. Cool. But now this was sealed when they got it. Now it's not sealed anymore. It's open. It's got the pieces in it. But what we're going to do, man, we're just going to seal this back for the customer so it's nice and clean for them. Okay, nice little bag of accessories. They're not going to get lost at an FBA warehouse. They're not going to get lost in shipping. They're going to be just perfect when the customer opens it. So that's a nice little touch. And here's some cards. I'd put these were actually in a rubber band. And I'd put them in a Ziploc bag here just to kind of keep them you know, together. But I knew I was going to shoot this video for you guys. So now look, this is some plastic from another board game that I thought I'd save. Hey, you know, we're going to use this, and we're going to use it right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to trim this down a little bit, and you guys might be starting to see why I like this impulse sealer so much. Doesn't take a whole lot, you know. Doesn't take a whole lot to give a nice presentation to your customer. Now these feedback ratings that they give you, they start to add up. Oh, look at that, man! I messed that up. Sorry, fellas, ladies. So I'm all about recycling stuff if I can, man. Plastic, whatever, you know. We can recycle something and still give our customers a good experience, present it in a good way. Then I'm all about that, man. That's just perfect. That's some pretty thick plastic, actually. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it right there. Nice, sealed in a nice little plastic wrapper. All the cards, so they're not going to get lost, they're not going to get bent, they're not going to get destroyed. So now we got all our accessories, guys, right there. Just perfect. All your accessories are sealed, not steeled, but they're sealed. Let's move on to step 4, man. We're going to shrink wrap this game up. Hey guys, okay, we are on to step 4 of packaging up a board game, getting it ready to send out to FBA. Step 4 is shrink wrap the game. Alright, I'm a little nervous because I got a brand new heat shrink gun, I got a brand new heat gun, and it's a little touchy, so I'm going to try my best not to put any holes in our plastic. Anyway, we got our heat shrink wrap here. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to take our game, and it's basically like wrapping Christmas presents, honestly. There's not much to it. The more you do it, it's like anything else, you guys. The more you do it, the more proficient you get at it. When you get new equipment, then you kind of got to get used to that. You know, this heat gun I got now is a little different than the one I was used to using before, so it's a little touchy. So it seems like it gets a little hotter or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's see if we can do this without a hitch. And keep in mind, guys, you know, this is all about presentation. We're not trying to present this as a new game. So this doesn't need to be perfect, per se. We don't want the customer to think it's a new game. We're not going to describe it as a new game in our description. We're going to describe it as a used game. But, at the same time, we want that description to beat the other competition's description. And part of that is going to be talking about it being shrink wrapped. And all the accessories are impulse sealed. That's part of winning the buy, okay? And now, also, what we're doing here is we're improving our presentation to the customer. What that's going to do is that's going to give them a good experience. When they order this and they get it, they're going to be more happy because it's going to come in plastic. And generally, people are just more happy when they get things and it looks new. Whether it's new or not, if it looks new, it makes them happy. And there's a better chance they're going to leave you positive feedback. You're not going to ask for that positive feedback. There's a better chance they're going to leave it to you, though, because you're taking care of them. It's obvious that you gave a crap. You sent them something in good condition. You sealed it a little bit. It's just one of those things. Yeah, you kind of always want to be thinking about everything. You figure when you're using Amazon FBA, you lose some of that control, you know? You lose some of that control. Your customer is going to be, you know, talking to Amazon instead of you most of the time. You're not going to be able to put little thank you cards in your envelopes. You know, you just lose a little bit of control over your business. So you do things to, you do little things, little details to kind of improve the customer experience, you could say. I know a lot of people who sell on FBA. I know a lot of people who sell on FBA who won't even mess with used board games. They strictly deal with new board games. But you know, me, I don't know. Maybe it's a labor of love. I like board games, and I kind of like messing with used board games because I just kind of like restoring them and kind of making them look nice and stuff. That's just me. You know, you got to figure how much time you put into something and how much money you're going to make out of it. So definitely, you know, definitely don't go for the small potatoes. But that'll be all right or not. Not today. Another piece of tape on there. Yeah, definitely, you know, don't go for the small potatoes. You're going to be spending this kind of time on, you figure like, let's say you go out thrift storing or garage selling or whatever and you buy 20 board games all over the place. Make sure there are 20 board games that are worth, I don't know, man, at least 20 or 30 bucks a piece, you know. Don't go under 12 or 13 bucks, point blank. You're going to be giving Amazon way too big a chunk of change if you do that. But, you want to know more about that kind of thing and those kind of methods, check out my website, adventuresontheriver.com. We go into detail talking about what kind of price range you should be looking for if you're sending stuff to FBA, what works, what doesn't work. We go into detail about all that kind of crap on the website. But for this video, that might be beyond the scope of this video. Let's get back into what we were doing. Let's shrink wrap this thing. Cross your fingers, guys. I hope I don't put any holes in this plastic. This touchy Chinese heat shrink gun. This front is key. Definitely don't want any holes in the front if I can help it. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. I'm ready for football season. Anybody watch the draft? I'll watch the draft, man. Yeah, this little guy gets hot, man. Not too bad. Beautiful. Man, that's about all there is to it, honestly, man. Just kind of check out. Right there, folks. That's the team right there. Anyways, that's it, fellas, ladies. There you go. Looks really good, looks really nice. Keep in mind, we're not trying to sell this as a new game, okay? Yeah, you could almost say this looks new. We're not going to sell it as new. We're not going to be dishonest with our customer. What we're doing is we're making a nice presentation for our customer, okay? Now all the accessories in here, you guys know, have been impulse sealed when they need to be. They're all nice, they're all tight, they're packaged good. The box is now nice, tight, packaged good. This is safe from water damage. This is safe from a lot of things. It's just a nicer situation. We're going to send all our games out to FBA like this, and it just presents a nicer situation. So, anyways, what's the next step? Okay, well, next step is step 5, because we put a little bit of extra work into this board game. We just didn't put tape on it and send it out. We checked all the pieces. We cleaned the stuff that was dirty. You know, we impulse sealed the accessories. We heat shrink wrapped the box. You put extra work into the game. That's going to pay off, because what you're going to do is you're going to make your description right, and you're going to reflect that in your description. We're not going to write a giant essay, because people don't want to read a giant essay. You just need to write the basics, and you need to make sure you mention that you've done this extra work. I'll catch up with you guys in step 5. Peace.
Hey guys, okay, we are into step 5 of this little demonstration about how to put together a board game and send it out to Amazon FBA. Step 5 is your description. I pulled this little Word document up here. I've cut and pasted Amazon's condition guidelines here. Excuse me. I've cut and pasted Amazon's condition guidelines here. These are guidelines for like you know, when you list something in a description. These are guidelines to kind of show you, hey, this is what a product needs to look like if you're going to list it in very good condition. Okay, it needs to be well cared for item. If you're going to list it, then your product needs to look like this. That's what these are, condition guidelines. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to build our description from these condition guidelines for our board game. Okay, we're going to list our board game in very good condition, so it's going to be collectible and it's going to be very good. Okay, so we're going to have that's what we're going to list it at. Okay, let's start with that as a foundation. All right, okay, we're going to say this is a well cared for we're going to change out the copy. Okay, well cared for copy that is seen limited use but remains in great condition. We're going to say board game and instructions are complete and undamaged but may show some signs of wear. This is great because this is telling you that the board game and the instructions are complete, which they are. They're undamaged, but they show a little bit of signs of wear, which they do. Okay, items show wear from consistent use. We're just kind of looking at the good to see if there's anything we can pull from this. I think that's it. I think we can go with just the very good here. We're gonna go ahead and add all accessories. Oh look, I spelled that wrong. Sorry guys. All accessories have been impulse sealed, and plastic, and are very clean. Board game has been heat shrink wrapped in plastic. Will arrive clean and great condition. And that's basically it. That's your description. This is basically what you want, guys. It's a nice clean board game, and you add this little extra bit down here, and it's basically going to help you sell it. When they actually see it in the mail, it's going to be awesome because you put in a little bit of extra work. And this is a great description. Not too long, short, concise, to the point. Explains what's happening, explains what you have for sale, and this right here will win you sales. So anyways, I hope this video has been helpful to you guys, man. If you've gotten anything out of this video, please like, please share, please subscribe. And if you're interested in more great information like this, check out adventuresontheriver.com. That is my website, and that site is dedicated to one single purpose. That is to teach you how to make a full-time living using the power of Amazon.com. I'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.